All right, looks like it's live now.
It's just on your regular Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it just takes a second.
Oh, I'm on.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. All right, so I'll just share it on my page. I'll share it out to everywhere afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just get it going here, so don't hold up too much time. Okay. Well, man, that last time that we did a session was pretty crazy. I'll tell you that.
I know, and so much good information came through for everyone. Like it was powerful.
It just brought in like the solar consciousness. I think it was like Atlantean Egyptian kind of like connecting with the sun through the eye, and then the Ankh, then the source within. So I can only imagine what's going to come in today. But I know we've been preparing since last night.
It's funny, similar things kind of came in for a couple people that were ready for it, and they like created that bridge or whatever. I don't know. Powerful stuff though. All right, so let's give a little introduction, I guess. I'm working here with my friend David Starr. We worked together before, and a lot of amazing information came through for the collective. So David graciously wanted this opportunity to provide this information for everyone out there. Yeah, a lot of it was kind of a game changer for a lot of people. So happy to be here. So we're doing what I refer to as quantum healing. For more information, you can find that on my website, which is running at the bottom now. So because I've worked with David before, we're going to be using some words that we put in to anchor in this state of deep relaxation for David to get into this state easier. We never know what we're going to get. That's the fun part. David right now is plugging in certain things for this session. We started actually working on this yesterday already. It's like the culmination of that work. David, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Yeah, it's already started. I'm ready to go.
Okay. With that, I'm going to invite you just to take a couple more big deep breaths. Remember, no one stays in a fully alert state. No one stays in a fully relaxed state. If you feel yourself getting too worked up or coming out at all, the easiest way to reset your mind and body is by taking a big, slow, deep breath. Each time you exhale, you deepen your relaxation even further. Another big, slow, deep. All right. I'm going to use those words that we agreed upon to help you enter this deeper state of relaxation. Each time I say the words purple lightning, you'll become deeper relaxed. Purple lightning, deeper relaxed. Purple lightning, deeper relaxed. Purple lightning, deeper relaxed. Purple lightning, deeper relaxed. Remember, each and every time I say those words, purple lightning, your body, mind, and spirit will sink deeper into this peaceful state of relaxation. Remember, those words are like magic. Deeper relaxed. Deeper relaxed. Purple lightning. Deeper relaxed. Purple lightning. Deeper relaxed. Now I would like for you to imagine a ball of golden white light. A very beautiful thing to see. The light glows and pulses and shimmers. And I want you to mentally place that golden white light completely around your body so that you now are completely surrounded by this beautiful ball of golden white light. This is your protection. This golden white light protects you from anything mentally or physically. You are protected. You are safe. You know it and you feel it. And this white light is like a magical bubble. A magical bubble that can transport you anywhere. As you become one with this magical ball, it's almost as though you don't even have a body. As you become one with this magical bubble that can transport you anywhere. I'm asking the bubble to move and carry you to a place, something that they wanted to show you for the collective. Something they wanted to show you for the benefit of everyone. You are there now. What do you notice? What's happening now?
Just with families of light. It's a source level here surrounding me. They're bringing it in the space-time continuum for viewing. They're showing me there's like a lot of earth, all the fields people are creating right now as light workers It's creating these grids all across the planet. Light. It's at a higher frequency than the collective at the moment. So they're anchoring. So the codes are coming in from the higher fields. Everybody's channeling in all these higher fields of codes, and they stream down into the lower fields, the collective consciousness. And of course goes into all the grids. So it's just a confirmation of what everybody's doing is working for shifting the collective and for shifting Gaia. So this is the now time. This is like the now time. So
that's what I was going to ask. Can you explain this process a little bit? Because sometimes we doubt whether or not what we're doing is enough or working.
So there's an attunement that most people have with their higher selves and their oversouls. And the channelings, the more that you become in alignment with your soul and the vibrations of love that connected to your higher self. But it's more than just one effort. It's like collective coherence from the light workers. So it's a field. It is individual, and it is fields, and it is fields upon fields. So even as two light workers come together and start bringing in, they're actually creating this grid, and because they're at the similar vibrations of other light workers, these other grids form, connecting to those grids, and then it's, even if you don't realize that you're sharing codes with other groups, you are, and that's why what ends up happening is everybody gets the same messages in grid creation on the planet here. So the collective grids of the star seeds have formed, and it has been forming for quite some time. And now it's encompassing the entire planet. This is how these new galactic grids, these crisis grids, have come into play, because galactic consciousness channeling has been a thing, especially lately. So the galactic grids are Christed. So many people have been bringing in Christ consciousness and their multidimensional selves. And then these grids is completely raising the vibration levels on Gaia. And then the solar grid creations, universal consciousness, has created a whole new level. So the solar grids are feeding the galactic grids, which is feeding the lower consciousness and evolving. Okay. So it's an understanding about grid creation, anchoring codes, how all's been shifting in a cooperation. So as more people have been tapping into their galactic selves and channeling codes from Sirius or the Pleiades or Arcturus or Lyran, Orion, have been formulating key diamond points on the galactic grids, awakening genomes for the collective genes within cells, carrying sequences. And then those who unlock those sequences within themselves end up participating in these grids, even in astral and dream state. So it's now they want to show something else. Sun flares. The sun flares respond. The sun flares respond to the great creations. So as people are creating these fields, the sun is assisting, feels, for there is source within the sun, of course. And the sun sends out additional assistance for powering and anchoring that it responds. Hold on, they're just getting me to tune into more. They want to share in something that the galactics are doing. So the galactics, as they have these, what are they called? I guess they're like meditation units on their ships, right? The ones that are physical, anyways. The ones that are energy are just, they're energetic ships. It's different, but it's the same how they tune in the higher consciousness. So they tune into this, the solar grids, the universal consciousness. And they listen with their hearts, tuning in with their third eyes. They have third eye technology to amplify and powered. It's like powered crystals, but it's different. It's computer assisted. They vibrationally tune into vibrations, and they're able to see all vibrations. How does that even work? It gives them the abilities to scan to see everybody who's reaching through the solar grids. This is just tuning into the solar grids here for a second here, because I just tune into the sun. That's so nice. The eye of the sun is the heart chakra of the solar grid. As soon as I started tuning into it, I could just feel it in my heart. And they're saying, so now once you're tuned into the solar grid, to tune into the galactic grid, for what is happening on Earth at the higher consciousness level, field creation level. Okay, this is a whole another concept which takes unity fields to another level. So you merging with the solar grids in your field, so your heart's connected, and then as you become one with the sun, basically, in the solar grids, which the golden sun is coming in here. Hold on a second. Where's that? Heavenly realms. You start to get powered up by all the suns, of course, and you're merging with the sun grids. They're all connected. So the field of the sun, the solar grid that you connect to, you can create fields to the galactic grid that is there, the Christed galactic grid. And you can actually tune into all the light workers on the planet, all the grid creations. So many are working on clearing the driving vibrations is unity consciousness, peace, self-love, Christed consciousness. And then activations. So I'm just combing over the galactic grids, going through. Interesting. Shania, what is this? There is huge portals of light from the sun hitting the power points of the galactic grids, infusing it into these portals for a sec. There's like pillars of sunlight. It connects the grids together.
The light's going through the portals?
It is straight from the sun. It is like your column of light, right? When you connect your column of light, except for it is just pure golden high source energies. It's like anchor points of this galactic grid system, solar grids. I thought there was just one stream that comes from the sun, but no. It is like the sun is hugging the planet in a way. So I'm just going to go up to this light. So you have all of the ascended masters working within the solar consciousness, bringing in the light within themselves to assist all at the purest levels of light. And it does not come from the physical sun. It is so this our Earth sun is just another, and it's another portal of the source. They're channeling this all the way from through the central sun, beyond the central sun.
How is that received by the beings here?
It's everybody who's created all these light strands and these grids, right? So if you've been participating with anchoring light, you're at the whatever vibrations you've been participating in. You can expand above, of course, but it all funnels through the solar to the galactic to the earth grids to all of your grids. So as one rises, so does another. Everybody rises together. So, and then the collective. But I'm just
That's fascinating.
going into the solar source for a second. So they're getting me to tune into what the Ascended Masters tune into, and the other galactic beings who are tuning into higher vibrations of love. So there's a solar consciousness universe, right? That feeds solar consciousness, is pure source light. So they want me to tune into their code creation, what they're working on for the collective on Earth, at least in this universal structure. They don't want it's too complicated to go into all the other universes. So they're just showing me this light specifically. So they're working on freedom energies right now. Releasing collective fear and everything. So as we're all like one, likely everybody is working on releasing fear from the planet. But there's something coming here.
I love that concept of freedom energies, that fear is holding back people back so much.
So there's definitely a big shift coming soon. They're getting me to tune it into the energies of the shift right now. The shift itself is going to create like a big global awakening. So I'm just tuning into these energies. Okay. So interesting. So all these, it's going to flood through all of the stargates, all of the gates. They're focusing it right now. So you got the sun, obviously, is the big explosion of light. But there's many portals that get upgraded when this happens through all the stargates and connected to many systems many universes, all timelines, all dimensions. So when this blast of light happens, and a lot of it's going to be starting in the weeks ahead, it is a process of all of humanity waking up. So it's not going to be like all at once. There's levels of intensity. I'm just in the nucleus of this creation right now that they're working on. So focused. It's the most concentrated energy, and they're doing everything right now. As they are building up, and this is not just, this is all beings of high vibrations of love here, all connected. They're holding this. It could be unleashed tomorrow if they wanted to, but they're holding it right now. They're holding this focus, this awareness. This is so grand, so much concentration, all connected to this field, all aware. Yes, there they are. Okay, so that just goes right back to all points of, so explain that. All points of source, all connected through, I mean, everything obviously is a ball of light, one big massive ball, but within there's streams, all connected, multi-universes, advanced super races in all universes. There is so many more advanced universes. This is a baby universe that we're in right now. A younger one. So many. I've realized like they're unlimited. They're all here, tuning in to this moment, tuning into this collective energy. That is going to be coming in through the suns, through the stargates, through the galactic grids, in several big blasts of light.
Why are they so interested in assisting our baby universe?
because they are us as much as we are them. No matter how big or small the energies or the fragments are,
These are pretty intense. I can see why this is happening stepwise.
the love that permeates through you permeates through all of us. For in the forever experience, to go and return into the higher vibrations of love. We must assist all, for all are us. I'm channeling Callie here because he's working on all these different universes. It's just easier. Is drawing us in like magnets. The collective fields that you are creating exist within us and without. It is both. As you're creating these fields of love, peace, and inner healing, shifting into your source selves, and the fields are changing. This is why we are assisting. There's like a gravitational pull, a yearning within us to help, to lift you out and back into your power centers as source creators, like us, limitless, free. They are assisting themselves as they are assisting us to release. For those energies are within us, all is one. Those of great interest, as it is collective service and self-service at the same time throughout all universes and galaxies. The global ascension is much greater than you realize, because it puts all into alignment. And higher fields for the forever. Okay, just going back to this nucleus that they're working on here. And Earth is also going to become like an interplanetary visit for galactics as well. as more realize that they are everything, and aspects of themselves are coming in, that they are them. It'll feel strange at first, as you'll be looking at extraterrestrials and knowing that they're another version of you. It'll be like looking in the mirror. It'll be funny in a way. You laugh because you just have this knowing. And it's so strange and unfamiliar. But there's so much that you'll teach each other. They want to bring in again something that was brought in a couple months ago about this United Peace Council of light that's working in the collective field. So even though things may seem on a blip of time on Earth, or there's some fear being brought in, on a collective level, they're literally ousting out energies such a magnitude. It outweighs the blip that's happening right now in the Ukraine by 1,000,000 at least, as far as positive to negative, energy in, energy out, the difference of those ripples versus the ripples of this collective peace, this council of peace that is working throughout the collective. It's just, so they brought that in again. There's two big power portals for these blasts coming in. The fall one is the biggest one in the fall equinox time. But it starts roughly the middle of this month, or middle of March.
What can people do to get the most out of those times?
Okay, so they're just giving us a sample right now of this light coming in, channeling it over everybody at the moment. So you can feel that it's going to energize you. You can feel the electricity of it through all your cells, charging with this positivity, dissolving, because it has a tremendous amount of love that'll literally dissolve fear programs out of your energies. Bringing you into your higher heart. They're bringing the energies over us right now because you'll understand it energetically. That is just the beginning of great things to come. The golden phoenix is a symbol of the transformation of your energy systems, a rebirth of a frequency, of a light that will bring peace and unity in the collective hearts, an awakening that is so grand. A rebirth of a frequency that you have not felt before, not on earth at least. You'll start to notice people are across the planet, how there's this connection between you. It is like you'll hear their hearts, their worries or concerns will become obvious. Your abilities to pick up on as your gifts will be enhanced. There'll be instant knowings if you're in the spiritual healing work, exactly how you can help somebody. They'll know and trust you right away. So yeah, the light workers in this field are going to get very busy because literally everybody is going to need your help.
That's huge.
My mother's coming in here. She's just saying to stay in your heart. To stay in your heart as this is happening. Staying in your heart will create protective shields. So many are susceptible to collective energies. So if you participate in collective energies, like including watching anything or listening to anything that is not of the love vibration, you're playing in collective energies. Even movies, TV, news, anything that is not love. Because time recognizes, or how do you phrase it? Energy does not recognize time. All these things that were created that were not of love, to a point, have a collective field. Can bring in those energies. So it's advisable during this great time, the great awakening, to remain in your heart, to remain in fields of love, for that is true divine protection. and to not participate in the fear, to not participate in hate. Any of these lower programs, because they will not serve you, because you will feel more of the collective wounds that they need to heal. You'll be more susceptible to that. Because when you stay and create in vibrations of love, like love for self, you'll be impervious to their fields, to their wounds. Although you can tune into them from their higher self and field mergers, unity fields, so you're not so greatly benefit people of your healers. You do not know this. When working with clients, you connect fields together, not chakras, connecting fields together. It creates a new field, working at from a higher self level. Information will be flowing, codes and healing will be flowing. Their chakras are connected to their fields. You can view their chakras from the new field, like it's all there. It's all there. It will assist in new age healing. Okay. That's how it all works. Everything has a field. The sun, the solar fields, we connect it to the galactic fields. That's how they all connect. They all understand energy. Everyone understands energy. The galactics, the high councils. They see and feel. The ones on the ships. They're seeing and feeling, they're scanning, they're working, they're assisting. They have the ground crews, the physical ships. They are coming in. They're already working on Earth. Consciously. I'm just tuning into one specifically right now just to see what they're doing. Yeah, it's funny. They don't want me to share something specifically. So there's covert, galactic covert operations happening where they're embodying the, you want to call them simulators, background people in the Matrix. This one particularly is working in an executive finance position on Earth with a lot of banks gaining up like a position, and during like resting period when the person just goes to sleep, for example, basically beams back her consciousness to the ship, right? And she's got colleagues she's working with here, and I'm just tuning into, this is what I'm tuning into right now, their conversations. And what the purpose of this is here. It's definitely is for like the great shift in finances. Sort of like angels with money, you know. Magical things happening for people in their lives. I just want to tune into this more. It's complicated. So some of them, there's many of them, but the most part, most of them are assisting Earth. There's some of them are they're just playing, they're just having fun. But most of them are assisting, working with timelines, avoiding like big disasters, influencing certain political pressures and stuff like that. So there's a ground crew. Essentially, there's a ground crew of extraterrestrials that are assisting. Most of them are assisting. Some of them are just experiencing. But there's certainly a hierarchy of light So, in terms of advanced beings, they are not like super advanced. They're not like the ascended masters. They have not ascended. So they're just trying to work on some of the things to shift out, like big disasters, big issues on timelines that could stop the ascension and things of that nature, like critical diversions of big problems. But the hierarchies of light, the ascended masters, way more advanced than these. They're advanced technology wise, don't get me wrong, but many of us are going to like surpass these ground crews in spiritual advancement during this whole great awakening process. There's going to be so many people that step into their power and their heart consciousness and evolve beyond these ground forces. People, it's not like it's a competition or anything like that, but it's and they are assisting, and in a way we're assisting ourselves, but this is another dynamic of what's going on in this matrix. But ultimately, so many more on Earth right now are way more advanced than them. So it's important to note that even if it seems appealing to be able to jump in and out consciously through background players and experience the evolution of the soul, is what matters. It may seem like it is a higher level of existence because they're on ships, but in this process of time, so many are going to go past as our hearts are going to be evolving. So the hierarchy of light, the councils of light, they're supporting every experience. They do not judge. And that is one experience that is happening. So there are other galactic beings who are focusing more on energetic bodies, the galactic grids, the solar grids, and bringing in this shift that's going to be occurring much at a higher level of advancement, similar to the ones on Earth who are advancing. So,
I love that perspective. All right, David, now in a moment, we're going to shift perspective again. All right. I'm going to invite you to just take a couple big, slow, deep breaths. We're shifting away from that perspective. I'm going to keep my words minimal as there's a bit of an echo. But we're shifting away from that experience. As you go deeper, relax. Purple lightning. Purple lightning. Deeper, relax. Purple lightning. Deeper, relaxed. Now I want the consciousness and personality of David to return to the body. May I speak with David's higher self, please? That highest aspect of David. Do I have his permission to speak to that aspect of David?
Yep.
Thank you. I know you've shown us a lot of things today, a lot of things for the collective that would advance us and help us on this ascension process. Why did you show us some of the things that you did?
Just to show that your hearts are shifting everything. How it works internally and externally. How your calls for love are returned and felt in the universal consciousness. How everything is one with you and all feels you and all is loved by you throughout all universes. To assist you to see your true power, your true self.
Why is that so critical during this time?
This is because you'll begin to expand into more of who you are, aspects of who you are in the Great Awakening, the global ascension. You'll be shifting into your purest light, your master selves, the golden ray. And you'll be a vibration of love, like a sun that walks on earth. And heals people just by walking past them. The fields of love that you have created will permeate through you. All the healing that you've done, all the light that you've anchored in. As you'll continue creating new grids at higher vibrations. As the solar energies come in, you're going to be expanding your multidimensional self. And this light creation of centrifugal force will become the new grids powered by the solar grids, who will bring in even more higher consciousness for you to feel and experience, like the telepathy and the telekinesis, like the all-knowing and your intuitive abilities, sensing and experiencing within all.
What's the best way for people to start expanding and growing this and anchoring that in? What can they do actively?
Play in their heart as their inner child selves, in their adventure, in their joy. Believe in miracles. Believe in yourself. For you are unlimited. You have all the power within to make your reality so filled with joy and adventure. Looking at it as you are your child self. That the world is your playground, but a playground of love. For this child was not taught to hate, not this version. This child was taught to play, was taught to seek adventure, to make friends, in happiness, in the spirit of love, in the spirit of joy. These vibrations will serve you the most. As it will create new fields of higher consciousness for all your aspects. Participate in joy streams at the highest of levels. And the more that you participate in them, the more that you'll be able to connect with other versions of yourself, be in complete happiness and fulfillment. It is a marvelous time that is coming to you. It is a clearing. Much will need to be cleared. The collective consciousness has a lot of healing and releasing that they will need to do. Those in the Lightworker community has done so much to release this. Should be participating in the joy fields. They are at the highest levels of the galactic grids. They are also being fed in through solar consciousness. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I know these next questions are about David, but they do apply to anyone else trying to initiate these changes. What does David have to do to advance his healing abilities, to instantly heal anyone?
Let's see, unlocking the soul abilities, its levels of consciousness, and the universal consciousness. He has hit a level that is below soul mastery. It is the attunement stage in the universal consciousness. He'll be working with attuning his vibrations to all levels of soul mastery. He's close.
Can we take this moment to perform that attunement now? Whatever he's ready for, his mind, body, and spirit are in a perfect state to do this now. What is David experiencing in this process?
Is self is coming in, aspects of self running in light through his fields. It is pulsating. It is activating ascension grids. He's tuning into the attunement fields. Archangels, Divine Mother, Ascended Masters, are tuning into his grids of self, doing a series of light codes. They are different vibrations. They're being awakened.
Can we also extend this out to people who are watching this live and or watching this on the replay? I've never asked for that, but popped in, so.
Those that are ready will receive it right now. Those that hit the levels of consciousness. Those that, when they do hit these levels of consciousness, it will automatically activate within them. This collective grid, all is one, so all will receive, but must expand into.
I love that concept. That's beautiful. I know this overlaps. Can you tell David what he needs to do to perform the Yeshua type miracles on Earth?
It is coming for many. Many are expanding into this, even in this now moment. Many are walking into their divine power, their abundance, and their self-mastery. The attunement is a multi-phase level of consciousness. There are many layers of the energetic bodies that all get upgraded with these vibrations that are coming in right now. And begin to see and sense other fields beyond universal consciousness. eternity fields, aspects that exist within the eternities. All assist all assist all. When you become aware of them, it is easier to work with them together as one. But to come into your own divine power is the true mastery, the faith in the self, the belief in the unlimited.
While we're doing this, are there any messages from Yeshua for David or the collective? What does Yeshua want us to know?
Let go of your fears. Let go of your worries. Fear not. All is divine. You are so loved. We never stop loving you. That exists within all of you. All of you exist within me. So I feel what you're going through. I hear your prayers. I am there when you're channeling me. I am here to assist you to become your Christed self, to become an ascended being, to find the love and joy in your heart that you thought was lost. So I ask you to go within your heart, to find the divine feminine and masculine Christed light that exists at your core. And to breathe into it and exhale it into your fields. Feel into the love union of the divine self. For all have the Creator inside. And then let those energies of Mother, Father, God that you are expand into your fields of time. Cleansing and healing and clearing all that needs to be cleared. Bringing you into full love for yourself as the divine creator itself that you all are.
Beautiful.
Find that love for yourself.
Thank you.
Fall in love with yourself.
Is there anything David should do to work on improving his soul advancement? other than what we've talked about already?
He's not realized that his inner child is a guide. He embodies his inner child often, but he does not play with it and talk to it as often as you could. It can be the greatest guide that one can have in channeling your inner child. There's just been some opportunities to play more that he has missed. Enjoy creation. It's the best level of advancement that one can hope for on Earth. This joy brings the highest levels of completion and happiness in every moment. There's an opportunity to create more joy. Speak to your inner child as often as you can. Create those adventures that bring in the joy and the bliss. David is learning. He's just not channeling his inner child and fully embodying it as much as he could.
Can we take this moment to further integrate his inner child? Strengthen that connection? It's almost like a tether. Even like an overlay of David. This becomes more of him.
He is feeling the energies of joy, the energies of the inner child brings. But it is for him to channel this more in his day-to-day. When you wake up and meditate, what adventures, moments of joy can you create? When you go to sleep, he already does this, to be grateful of that, those moments of joy. He does this. It has assisted him greatly in advancing.
Thank you so much. We often forget about that. Can you tell me a little bit more about the stages of ascension? We talked a little bit about this ascension process. What else do you want to know? How many waves? When does the first one start?
The first wave has begun. The first process. There is a process to planetary ascension. There must create more light workers as humanity is awakening to be the pillars of light, to keep as a support of all the grids as light workers are leaving to carry the load of light as more collective are awakening. It will happen very fast. As the light hits the planet, the ones that have been doing the work will release more, anchor in more. Ones who are ready to ascend will just leave, and they may stay as masters on Earth to assist. So it will be a choice. And it will be an open gateway and a choice that has begun this year.
Can you explain that choice?
It will become known when the light hits. The first waves come in March, create the collective awakening, and continue in August. At the equinox points, it's the best guide during the big solar waves that are coming in.
Thank you. I know we talked a little bit about contact from the Starr Soul family. What does that timeline look like?
Lots is going to change in March. Lots is going to come in April and in the summer and in the fall. And before the end of this year, there will be contact. Some will even board ships physically. If you're ready. If you're scared of ships, they're not going to come to you. If you're scared of boarding a ship, you won't be boarded. Or there are no opportunities in fear. Even aspects of yourself will be viewing timelines and knowing if you're ready. If you have fear in you about ships, aspects of yourself, even though they are yourself, they will not come to you. But there will be reports of ships landing, ships in the atmosphere, sightings all across the planet. The ships, though they can conceal themselves, to be not known. So is a fine display of not creating fear. Yet, allowing for others to see for the collective consciousness, for the purpose of advancing consciousness. But it is not to create fear. It is our biggest mission to bring love and not fear.
Are those who board the ships coming back?
Yes. They're meeting galactic families, going into meetings of the light, expanding more, using the technologies on the ships to bring new levels of awareness of all that is, of all they are. They will be able to tune into so many realities of self, but it will be done in stages. There's also a learning process that'll be very fun, because you'll be able to live in the adventures that other aspects of yourself have already lived. As you know, there's no time. You'll be able to experience the past, present, and future, not only of yourself, but of other aspects of yourself. It's going to be very heartfelt and emotional, beautiful, and you'll fall in love with yourself at a whole other level. But yeah, they will return.
Thank you for that information.
It's the time they'll be able to return to the time that they left. It will be as a light flashes, but they'll have full memory of all that happened.
Thank you. These next things I'm going to be asking for David, but I've been strongly pushed to ask for them for anyone watching this, either live or on the replay. So I'd love to hear your comments, since I've never done anything quite like this. I'm asking that we now unlock super healing abilities of the self. Unlocking these for David and anyone who's ready that's watching this live or on the replay. Can you tell us what's happening as we're unlocking these abilities?
Awareness. And awareness is coming into all your cells. Is the collective consciousness of self. It's odd. Healing your own universe of self. You're commanding the energies through as Mother, Father, God, Self. Through the universal self.
While we're doing that, I'm also asking to unlock all ancient genes and knowledge in those ancient genes. What does David experience as this is being unlocked and that knowledge integrated?
There's more tone work, vibrational work that is coming in. It is the universal self that is accessing the infinity portal of the lights of time of all that this one ever was, that he is all, bringing in these codes through vibrations from the universal self. There's also gene therapy, medicine, opening, healing. There's like the lights of time flowing through your energetic fields, going into the cells, like little lasers of light codes.
What will be noticed after this? Unlocking these things.
All is to become the universal one, is universal self, Mother, Father, God. Removing all limited beliefs, self, spanning into universal fields. Higher self. Is one with the universal self. The universal self includes all aspects of self, including the higher self. All is one. So he'll continue till he has integrated his mother, father, God self completely. These genes will also bring in higher intelligence from other star systems that he's participated in, aspects of self. Yeah, he'll be able to bring in more abilities of working with waves of light, sound through intention. Sound through intention is an interesting thought. For many do not think of sound that they can create with their mind through intention. These are attunements. This is the final path in the universal consciousness of self-mastery. He's going to be beginning to play with sound intentions, creating the vibrations of sound through thought, for healing, for activating this new level of awareness he has now. And others will also begin to experience and play in this. You do not need sound to create the vibrations of sound, the vibrations of sound healing can be done through the pure will and intention of imagining the sound of a trumpet that carries the frequency and the universal self for healing all areas of the body. There's another ability that he's even playing with right now. So we're asking him to create a sound vibrational healing with his thoughts to all who are watching, connecting to their higher selves.
That is awesome. Can you tell me about that process?
He connects his heart with intention to his higher self, up the stream of light. The higher self at the high vibrations of love at source level, just with intention. And he becomes aware of the phonetic streams of light. Everybody who's watching is aware that there will eventually be many hundreds of people. And then he is going to create sound healing and amplify it to all the higher selves. And they are going to channel it down to where it is consciously that the aspects need it most who are watching this. So he's already started. He's asking, what is the rate of healing sound like? Like a choir of angels It's like a choir of angels that are singing about the person's return to health, the highest vibrations of love. He's using angel choir. Healing through sound is easier for him until he masters sound healing. This is one that he knows very well, as he participated in the angelic kingdom for many eons. He still has aspect there. He's okay. There are others. All have aspects of the angelic choirs. So he is focusing on allowing this music to continually stream through their energy fields from their aspects.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm asking that we now do a body scan of David and anyone watching this live or on the replay. Scanning the body, physical body, from head to toe. Looking for anything that could use healing at this time and healing it as you go. Additionally, scanning the energetic body, looking for any stuck energy and releasing this. Any energy that's out of balance or alignment, please restore it to perfect balance and harmony, strengthening and expanding the aura as we go for David and anyone else watching this transmission. Additionally, releasing all toxins, metals, bacteria, viruses, parasites, basically any crap that no longer serves the body's highest good. Releasing these from the vessel for David and everyone watching this transmission. And further, restoring the organs and mind and all the cells of the body to functioning at their optimal levels, including any additional clearing around the heart and any decalcification of the pineal gland. And further activating the DNA and the healing properties of the body to the next highest level to facilitate all the physical shifts that occurred today. Once again, for David and the people watching this video. Additionally, I'm asking that we release all past, current, and future life trauma that no longer serves the highest good, and merge the aspects of those lives that would benefit in this lifetime now. Any lessons, skills, knowledge, and gifts. Releasing this across all timelines, lifetimes, and generations for David and anyone watching this video. While we're clearing the trauma from those lifetimes, I'm asking that we release all beliefs, emotions, memories, old programming, curses, and vows, whether they're David's or someone else's, that no longer serves the highest good. Releasing this also for anyone watching this video. Releasing all those beliefs, emotions, memories, and old programming that no longer serve the highest good. Additionally, releasing any entities, sending them to the light, or transforming them to the light. And releasing any energetic attachments to people, places, or things that no longer serve the highest good for David, the people watching this, and the collective. Releasing these across all timelines, lifetimes, and generations. I know we've released a lot of things, moved a lot of energy. I'd like to take this opportunity to fill in any empty space, any voids, with that divine presence within each of us, and unconditional love of the highest consciousness. Raising the vibration to what our bodies will allow, giving us enough energy to carry out our purpose here. And can we intensify that feeling so we can remember that feeling? While we're doing that, can I ask that we unlock, unblock, unlock, and unblock any gifts or abilities David or anyone watching this is currently ready to receive? Our minds, bodies, and spirits are in a perfect state to receive and integrate these now. And finally, can I ask for any upgrades, downloads, or activations David is currently ready to receive, and anyone else is ready to receive at this time, Like I said, our minds, bodies, and spirits are in a perfect state to receive and integrate these now. What is David all experiencing during this process?
It's just nice. Just experiencing being the universal cosmic mother, father, God. Just being a piece of them, vibration within them, as well as feeling that run through me here. Just being happy in this connection, just being in it. It is like being home.
Are there any additional messages for David or the collective before we shift to the next phase of this session?
This is just, we do not hold anybody account for decisions that they've made. Do not hold on to bondage. Do not hold and be bounded. Just set yourself free. Begin anew. Release the past. Come into your heart. And then find that joy and that self-love, that inner child. Don't listen to everybody else. They do not control you. They do not make the decisions for you. Believe in yourself. And play. And play and love. And that is all.
Thank you. With that, I'm asking the higher self to merge and integrate with David. With so much love and so much thanks for all the help and information it's been giving us today. All right, with that, we're going to end the transmission, end this broadcast. Thank you all for joining us, being part of this experience with us. All right, we're going to end this, and then I'm going to finish up with David's personal questions.